Everyone, Essie here with a process video, and I'm using the gorgeous Simple Stories Dream Big collection for this layout. I've got lots of scraps left. I've used quite a lot of this collection already, and I made some gift boxes for my nieces and nephews with it, and have also made a layout. So I've got lots of bits and pieces left, so I thought I'd make a layout using my scraps. So I'm starting off by trimming lots of strips of the paper from the scraps down, and I'm planning on doing a layout with just using the strips of paper across the page as a background for my photographs. I've got some pretty photographs of my great nieces in their ballet costumes, so I just thought the sparkle and just the pretty patterns and papers in this collection were just perfect. So as I said, I've got a collection of strips there, and I've also got some Snap Vibes paper which coordinates with the Simple Stories collections. I'm cheating a little because I'm using a strip that I've cut from a whole sheet of 12 by 12, the yellow, because I hadn't used any of that yet, but I'm also using leftovers from that piece of pink which I'd used for the gift boxes. Just using my punch along a couple of the strips. This is a really old Fiskars punch, and it's quite heavy work because it's quite old, but just using that along a couple of the strips, and I'm planning on threading some ribbon through the punched holes. Just matting my photographs onto the white cardstock there. I printed them without borders and then decided I wanted a border on them. So just adding my own with some normal white cardstock and trimming that down. And then I'm going to mat them onto a piece of that yellow dotty paper as well to form just an edge around the photographs. And I'm matting them both onto the same piece and cutting them out as one piece rather than keeping the two photographs separate. So just trimming that yellow down, and I'm going to add another layer from one of the larger bits that I've got left over with those pretty pink flowers on. And then that will be my photographs matted and ready to use on my layout. I'm actually just adding the photographs onto a piece of foam. Just decided I wanted an extra bit of dimension there, so just adding that foam piece in between the layers to just lift it off a bit. So now I'm arranging my scraps onto my 12 by 12 background cardstock, just using some normal white cardstock and just playing about with the strips to get the colours balanced and the lengths. And there you go, I jumped a little there, didn't subject you to the whole process, which took me quite a while. I fiddled around quite a lot. And as you can see down the bottom there, I've got that yellow strip that I've punched, and I've also got the pink chevron strip is punched in the middle there. So just having a look to make sure that I'm happy with the placing, and I'm going to start sticking down. Not sticking the punched pieces down straight away because, as I said, I do want to thread some ribbon through those holes. So just leaving those unstuck for now. And there, that's all of the other strips punched, and just having a sort through what colour ribbon. I've toyed with the idea of using that purple you can see there, because the girls' dresses are purple in the photograph and there's no purple in the papers. I kind of toyed with the idea of bringing some more purple in, but then when I got the pink out, I just thought that one worked best, so I went with that pink and just threaded it through the holes on that punched piece. It was a bit of a labour of love. It was quite fiddly and the end of the ribbon kept fraying, so I had to keep trimming it, but we got there in the end. And I had a little bit left over to make a bow as well. So just carrying on threading those through. I think I edit now and skip in a minute. Not going to make you watch it all. So there we go. So those bits are threaded, using my silicone glue gel to just apply those, because the ribbon obviously raises the paper from the background. It won't lie flat, so just using the glue gel to stick that down rather than just normal wet glue, because the ribbon is bumpy along the back. Using the silicone glue as well on the photograph mat, just so that it sits a little bit raised from the background. And there you see I've got that little bow on the left hand side there ready to use, and I use that up on the top of my layout. I don't quite know why I was waving my little mirror around there. I use that to check what my camera's doing while I'm filming, because it's up above me. I'm not quite sure why I didn't edit that bit out, but there you go, you saw one of my secrets. So just putting the title in. I went with Sparkle and Shine. Their dresses have got lots of sparkly sequins on, and so just thought that title fitted, using a couple of different alphas. Just fiddling with those foam glittery ones down the bottom there. They're a bit tricky because the foam, they kind of go out of shape a little, so just getting those in the right place. And they're added, and I'm going to add even more bling with some strips of sequin. Just cutting the lengths, deciding where I want them to go. And I'm going to attach those with some silicone glue gel as well. I just thought that was possibly the easiest thing to attach them down with. Just getting those in the right place, fiddling with the ends a little bit as the sequins come off the end, so just trying to get those in place. I ended up with glue all over my fingers, sequins sticking to me, but we got there in the end. And just a couple more on that end as well, because I wanted them to come off the end of the paper rather than finishing exactly. So I'm going to add another strip just in there, and then that balances the silver between the title as well. And then just trimming that off too. Yep, and they're in place, not having to fiddle with the ends of that one, thankfully. Toyed with the idea of adding that little scrap, but just left it up there to think about, and I didn't add it in the end. So now I'm just looking at my sticker sheet, and I've also got some puffy stickers, and I've got some other little enamel shapes from the Whimsical collection, which also tie in with the colours. So I think I do end up adding a couple of those as well. But the rest of the collection is the Dream Big collection. So I'm just starting off with a phrase sticker up the top there. Got these little cute little fairies, which I thought went well with the photographs of the girls in their tutus. Just added that one to a piece of white cardstock, and I do that with a couple of the others as well. I like to add them so that they're raised, so sticking them on a piece of cardstock means that I can put silicone glue gel or foam pads or something behind them, so that they give a little bit of dimension to the layout rather than just sticking them down flat. I do that quite a lot with a lot of my stickers. Just makes them a little bit more versatile, I think. So just adding that silicone glue gel and popping her down beside the photographs. I've got another one cut there which I've already stuck onto cardstock, and then I've got the unicorn. He's just fab, he's so sweet. And then I'm sticking the little rainbow and clouds directly onto the background paper. Adding some more phrase stickers just to layer alike. I love using text and phrase stickers, just layering those around my layout. Adding the little gems with stickers, just putting a bit of glue gel on that one to raise it up a little. And that little bow. I'm going to do a little cluster of stickers and embellishments up the corner there. Not the corner, up the top, along that top edge. So using a strip of that yellow, I'm going to use a phrase sticker along it and add the bow. Now, in hindsight, I should have added the bow afterwards, because it would have made life a lot easier rather than trying to stick the rest of it together while I've got that bow with the glue wet and squidgy. So, but didn't think of it. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. So I stick that onto a sheet of pink as well, or a strip of pink, just cutting a little banner edge to it. So there's that little pointy edge. and sticking that down as well. Just adding a little bit of detail on that top edge of the page. And then I'm going to come in with the puffy stickers, just adding some of those in. Bit of extra detail and dimension, just dotting those around between the other embellishments to form those little clusters. Just having a look at my sticker sheet to see if there's anything else I want to add. And now I'm going to add a frame. I'm going to trim the white cardstock down and mat it all onto a sheet of yellow, plain yellow cardstock, just to provide a border. And that's the final finishing touch to my layout. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Bye!